We are in the year 1988. At that time, deaths related to HIV and AIDS were in thousands.
The work that I do is a great job, but it's like a drop of water in the sea. She is the one who helps me. I only depend on her. The times are difficult when I'm very hungry. Very, very hungry. Very, very hungry. Life is really difficult. I finish by telling them to tell others that they are sick of AIDS so that they can save the life of others.
Reverend Sister Bridget Mewulu decided to devote her time to the support of these destitute patients. She most often met them by their bedsides, where they are sometimes abandoned by their families. It is from here that the idea of ANGLAIS started, the Hope Reception Center. For about 30 years, this association works through education sensitization for the prevention of STIs, HIV, AIDS, and opportunistic diseases related to HIV/AIDS, family planning, the transmission of HIV from mother to child, as well as taking responsibility of people living with HIV/AIDS in communities. With the arrival of the tritherapy, the Hope Reception Center has reoriented its activities, placing emphasis on prevention, education, and sensitization. To this end, ANGLAIS regularly organizes campaigns on the education and sensitization of the vulnerable population and poor communities.
We are at Mokolo. We have a group of young girls that we practically take care of them for a year now. We carry out public discussions with these young girls. And we understand that sexual issues are a taboo subject in our culture.
These campaigns are conducted in several forms, namely community discussions, the posting of posters related to HIV/AIDS, as well as the campaigns on the voluntary and free testing for HIV/AIDS, accompanied by the thick drop test, blood pressure test, and yellow glycemia. Since we are accompanied by a group of voluntary doctors who like what we do and support us,
Our
center has organized an enlarged campaign under the theme Family Planning and Sexual Health of People of Procreating Age. We chose Centre d'Accueil de l'Espoir because it's an organization that we know for a long time. We have met many times, and by the grace of God, we have worked together so that we know their effort and strength in this domain of sensitization. We have not seen any other partner other than them.
in addition to this is the monitoring of community discussions, of which the aim is to extend the network of educators through community relay persons. After our meeting here, so that this information will be transmitted to other people, meaning that you will be the first people to carry out sensitization to other people. Also, we shall be working with you through our WhatsApp group that we have created. We will not meet again, but we shall continue to work through the WhatsApp group that already exists. We shall also add another new theme that is linked with the sickness that has affected the whole world, which is the coronavirus. The association constantly trains its community educators on themes such as animation, communication, community mobilization, and community discussions. The objective is to enable the community educators to permanently reinforce the fundamentals necessary for the transmission of the health message related to the prevention of STI, HIV, and AIDS. The recognized activities of this association from the perspective of public utility, who have a special consultative status from the Economic and Social Advisory Council of the United States, equally includes giving care to the orphans from AIDS at the temporary reception center located at the Efulan district in Yaoundé and at the original reception families.
Once these orphans and vulnerable children that we jointly call OV recruits, we offer some care, for example, taking care of their psycho-emotional status. We also take care of their psychological state. We take care of their psycho-affective status. We also have psycho-cognitive care. We also have psychopedagogic care, which comes in to deal with all we do for these children.
Parents and guidance are an important link in the chain of caregiving. They are called upon to participate in the process of caring for their children and maintaining a link with the center. It is in this perspective that L'École des Parents is set up every last Saturday of the month.
After they obtain their first school living certificate, we send them back to their families because the center does not adopt. No, just the time to educate them, raise them up and send them back to their families.
Follow-up continues, but this time it's partial, meaning we are mostly concerned with school needs. At this point, the children are being enrolled in their various schools by the educator. They benefit from the school needs that are bought for them. In some special cases, we take care of their well-being and also feeding if necessary, especially when we notice that the family cannot take care of these children. These children are in secondary schools, higher institutes of learning, and training centers. Some special cases are in the Muslim Association, Darussalam. They are in the primary section. They are special because, due to their customs, these children cannot integrate in the center to live with others. That is why we allow them to live in their homes and we take care of them there. I was groomed at Centre d'accueil de l'Espoir at Efulan since the age of 9 years. I received a type of education which made me what I am today.
As concerns what later becomes of these children, the center has a third phase of activities which consists with the grooming of these orphans from AIDS, their social integration and their socio-professional reintegration. A vocational training is offered to orphans from AIDS and other vulnerable children who had left school at an early age and prematurely becoming family heads. It is because of this reason that CEPAS, Center for the Promotion of Socio-Economic Activities, was set up in 2013. Each year, the center accommodates at least 10 trainees who receive training in agriculture and breeding of fish, pigs, and chicken.
The training is done in two phases, the theoretical phases and the practical phase. The theoretical phase takes place here in the center at Kwaba. The practical phase begins here, and after they enroll in École pratique d'agriculture de Bingela.
Thanks to the partnership agreement signed with L'École pratique de Bingela, the apprentices can go and stay there in order to carry out specialization.
This is a corn farm for Centre d'accueil de l'Espoir, which I worked with a Tundi. The preparation of the farm took us 2 weeks. After planting, we put fertilizer 20-10-10 mixed with urea.
Kayes accompanies them through a process of installation. This is done in 2 stages. The first step consists of giving them workshops, pieces of land for the experimentation of what they have learned during trainings in order to test their level of understanding of the activities. The second step is the proper installation. They are controlled by a cooperation formed by CAES.
Firstly, I studied biochemical sciences. Therefore, I have a master in public health. Without the reception center, I could have not made this breakthrough easily.
This association, the Hope Reception Center, remains faithful to its engagements and more than ever determined to win the fight in favor of orphans from AIDS and vulnerable populations.